96 and like a mid-range jump, I ain't trying to miss this. And green candles on my Christmas wish list. A lot of them up quick, then we'll sit to witness. The pump like Reebok, shout to Dennis. Catching rebounds, we found love for winners. No dip, we ripping like Rodman Pippen. Lil Bob and 88 and 8 song we hitting. Yeah, we long and sitting, pretty as can be. Paper hands, old soul, man, as for me, that's blasphemy, a catastrophe. I accumulator made it back massively. We stack sats and fat bags like massive backpacks. Relaxing, that's that, it has to be. A couple racks, flip that, in fact, smashing, grab, attack, hurt the bulls, he's back. As for me, I never left. We up and I'm feeling like a new me. Stacking new sets, some new E.
GM, welcome back to the channel. In this one, we're taking a look at some Solana shitcoins. Shitcoin season on Solana is in full swing. We've got airdrops, we've got meme coins, we've got a lot of interesting stuff and some fundamentals to talk about. So without further ado, let's just jump on in. Make sure you do subscribe if you're new around here. Let's get going. So a bit of a news update here. We'll start with Ansom's post here. Slow grind up on Bitcoin, very similar to Q4 of 2020. That kind of price action, as you can see from this circled box to the right-hand side here before an impulse upwards. He says shallow dips all the way up with no real deep pullbacks. Breakout soon in his opinion. As you can see on the left-hand side, that is what essentially we have been experiencing here. All of the dips have been bought up pretty damn sharpish. The bears getting very, very rowdy over $1,000 down, which in the context of BTC is absolutely nothing. So as he says here, breakout soon in his opinion would line up nicely. We have the ETF potentially in around 50 days from now. That will be January 10th, that much touted deadline. And we also have another marketing event, the largest marketing event for Bitcoin. It is, of course, the halving, 149 days out. So if you think about it, 50 days till ETF, 150 days till halving. We're setting up for a very nice 2024. So the front running is in effect. And then yesterday we had the breaking news around Binance getting sued by the US government, a major black cloud hanging over this industry. Binance FUD is the #1 piece of FUD that Adam Cochran loves to talk about, and the collapse of the crypto economy due to them being insolvent. Well, what has happened here? Essentially, slap on the wrist, pay us $4 billion, and we'll forget this ever happened. So this coming to a head with a fine is quite outrageous, really, when you think about it. No criminal charges have been processed. They want $4 billion, though. Seems kind of mafia-esque, but does this surprise anyone? It certainly doesn't surprise me at this point. So CZ throwing up the 4 gang signs, maybe that stood for $4 billion in fines all along. I really wish for GOAT status if he tweeted this post out, but of course he doesn't want to be poking the bear right now, as there are potentially criminal charges in the works for himself. Do you think he's going to jump on a plane to the US if they say that he needs to come in for a court hearing? I don't think so. Then in continuation with this story, we have this. Back on November the 14th, it was reported by some of the entities on crypto Twitter that track the big Binance inflows, outflows, that 3.9 bill in USDT went from their cold storage into their hot wallet. Then they have the 4 billion demand yesterday. So essentially this is putting 2 and 2 together, but it looks like this was already on the table and they were aware of this. So I think all in all, this is a pretty good turnout for the crypto industry, a fine by one of the biggest players in the space. And as Pentoshi points out here, we're up on delays, we're up on 4 bill fines, we're up on the hacks. Is this how a bear market works? And the answer to that is, of course, no. Bad news in a bear market sends us lower. It seems to be just getting gobbled up right now. So definitely bullish on crypto. So yesterday we had the Pyth Airdrop. So what is Pyth? This is a challenger to Chainlink. It is an oracle. So it is providing data feeds to dApps. So we're going to do a little bit of a comparison versus Chainlink in just a second. But if you don't know what an oracle is, do some damn research. But you probably got an airdrop of this yesterday if you've been interacting with Solana-based dApps for the last few months. Maybe you've used some of the things we've talked about on this channel over the summer. You may have got at least a few hundred Pyth airdrop to you. This is the chart of Pyth right now. The fully diluted market cap is around 3.5 billion. There are 10 billion tokens in total. So it's trading at around 34, 35, 36 cents, somewhere in here. If we looked at Celestia as an example of a recent airdrop that came out, it did go down and sideways for like the first week to 10 days, and then it really started to rip on up and break out. So could this do similarly? I think potentially, What we're having to see right now is a lot of people who have got the airdrop just dumping it because they probably didn't expect to get it. I personally didn't expect to get it, and I got a few thousand tokens, which is very welcome indeed. I will be holding mine for the time being, probably till Christmas, and then cash them out. But if we just do this quick comparison here, you can see Pyth versus Chainlink. So Chainlink is obviously the most established player, the market leader in the Oracle space. So if Pyth can come and compete with it, there is a discrepancy here due to the fact we're looking at fully diluted valuations here. So that is if all tokens were in circulation, but they certainly are not for Pyth. People who got into the seed round, I think, vest after a 12-month cliff. So I do think there's going to be obviously quite a lot less circulating supply. But if we just look at the FDVs on this thing, if it gets to Chainlink's FDV, you're looking at around 79 cents per token. So if it does tick up to around 79 cents, I honestly think that would be a very good price point for this token, and I'd be happy to take that money to the bank and laugh all the way. If you do want to check out your eligibility for some of these airdrops, there is a website that was dropped, solana-airdrop-checker.solworks.dev. This does not require you to connect your wallet to the website. So that is a very important element, because if you go onto a dodgy website that is going to try and drain you, you need to connect your wallet to them. Connecting the wallet is the reason why people are getting rugged left, right, and center. But this, you just paste a wallet in here and press check. So you can take a random wallet like I've done from SolScan. This is not my wallet, just a random dude's, and he's been trading, as you can see, he's eligible for the Jupiter airdrop, been trading 340K's worth of tokens on there, and he was eligible for the Pyth airdrop there, got 4,049 tokens. So before you do click any mad links, do check on here if you are eligible for the drops before doing anything further. Then if you are eligible for the Pyth airdrop, come to their official Twitter account. As you can see, Pyth Network here, make sure you double check the spelling, because there are a lot of fraudulent ones with just one letter out of place, and they have false websites on them that will drain your wallet. So we need to be really careful here. There's many rugs going on all the freaking time at the moment. And what's worse is that with Twitter, with their update, you can click on these like pictures of cards. So you can click on that, for example, sometimes, and it'll take you directly to the website. And it's just the most easy way to get rugged of your funds if you do connect your wallet to them. But this is the official website here, and you would go into the airdrop tab by here, and then you can follow the steps on there. It's super simple to get your tokens if you are eligible. So as of late, what I have been doing is seeing that there's been a lot of flows into Solana. You go into DeFi Llama, click on stablecoins, go down to Sol. You can see that inflows into Solana right now. There's obviously money being airdropped out of thin air as well. So highly likely people are going to gamble with that money. And so essentially this has been my strategy for like this week or last week as well. The barbell strategy, as I'm calling it. So what I've been doing is essentially buying meme coins, which is gambling. So as I tweeted out, buying 100K market cap vaporware at a few $100 a pop, sticking those few $100 in as a bit of a lottery ticket. And if you do hit multiples, de-risking into safer bets. So for my example here, I've been trying to accumulate more Solana and Render. So Render is now liquid on Jupiter. So there's a lot of liquidity for Render on the Solana network, which is amazing. And I've been trying to stack more of that and Sol by using this strategy. As you can see from the end bracket, this also does mean we go to zero at some times. Some of the meme coins I've been buying have gone down to zero. So this is a fun bit of a gamble, a bit of a bet. The kind of odds are slightly in your favor when the market is bullish, because a lot more things are going up than going down over a short time frame. Like most of the new launches are going up for a period at least before they do rug, but this is gambling. So do be aware of that. Never risk more than you can afford to lose, because the upside, to say you put $50 in, if it pulls a 10x, you got $500, maybe you can stick 400 of that into a good coin, and at least you're accumulating some good stuff whilst this market is allowing for these kind of opportunities. But not financial advice, just showing what I'm doing, but I wouldn't really recommend doing that if you are not well into this kind of stuff and spending 24 hours a day on your PC. If you're just a passive investor, stick to what you're good at. That is a really good lesson from this market. Find out what you're good at and just stick to it. So typically for me, I like to invest based on fundamentals more than technicals. And then this kind of stuff is just gambling to try and pass some time, but also there have been some winners here as well. This coin here is a meme coin called PONK. Sounds like bonk. They've essentially just done an airdrop to Solana-based DEX traders. So this launched like 2 days ago or 3 days ago on the 18th. And so you may have this airdropped into your wallet. Now, if we go over to RugCheck here, so this is rugcheck.xyz, you paste in the contract address and then you search for it, and it says the risk analysis on this is good. It doesn't seem to be a honeypot, so it is a sellable token. There don't seem to be any issues majorly with it, so it looks like it is tradable and good. So this is the PONK token. It may well be in your wallet, so you might want to check for that. It might be worth something, as it has started to really tick up here. Market cap $2 million, so it could be a bit of another airdrop that you received recently. But let's get into a few more fundamental plays here. So these are two coins that I have been playing with here, accumulating some crown is the first one here from the photo finish horse racing game. Horse racing, NFTs, gambling, betting on the horse racing outcomes. Loads of cool shit has been going on with Crown. Did a full deep dive on this if you want to check it out. Seems to be toppy here a little bit, but as you can see, this kind of structure, lower high, and then a bit of a sell-off. It could well be following that here, lower high, and a bit of a sell-off. But as you can see, it is coming to this previous region of all-time high there, around 38 to 40 cents. That was also an area by here, 38, 40 cents. Quite a few confluences in here. So this may well come down a few more pennies, but seems to be in a decent region now for a bit of a pullback and a reload. So I will be trying to stack some more of this over the coming week, I believe. If we just go over to the race course here. So this is one of the race courses. You essentially take your crown, you stake it to a race course. All of the fees taken by the track and the amount of gambling and the rake taken on the gambling goes to the stakers of said track. And as you can see, for season 9, the enrollment to stake your crown ends on November 30th. So there could be a bit of a rush of people buying this into that deadline day, which is what, like 9 days out from now. So this is why I'm thinking maybe it won't be on people's radar. Maybe say up until the weekend, people will start to be thinking about this again. So a sell-off could coincide with a bit of, you know, people just losing concentration on this, and then it comes to people's psyche maybe around Saturday, Sunday. We can see the season 8 staking rewards have been going up nicely here. So this game is definitely in growth mode. I am bullish on this game overall. I'm bullish on people gambling more. And horse racing is pretty well-renowned sport that a lot of people do punt on. I mean, even your mother probably punts on horse racing now and then. So in this last season here, 25 million derby, which is the equivalent to 314,000 USD. So each derby is 80 to 1 with $1. And this is up by 48% on the previous season, season 7. So they went from 212k in revenues to 314k revenues over the last month, which is obviously bullish, and a reason why I think this token will continue on its trend upwards. So if this is to increase, again, the staking rewards are going to be even better for next month. So I will be looking to stake some tokens again for next month's races. One thing to think about here, this is a little bit fuzzy, but 25th of March 2024, this is where some of the tokens to investors and teams start to vest out. So there could be a sell-off around this kind of area. At that point, there would be like 130 million crown out there. This thing fully vests by the 24th of Feb 2025. And I do think there's going to be some huge growth in the token price for Crown during this period, but potential sell-off area would be here. The token, as you can see, is emitting out quite strongly. Millions more Crown hitting the markets each and every month. But due to the circular economy behind this, more horses are being bred, more NFT horses being born. This means there's going to be more races, there's going to be more track entry races and more gambling. Overall, if the numbers just continue to go up, this should negate the inflation, which is kind of what you can see in the chart here as well. Generally, that's trending upwards, looking pretty healthy. Even though a lot of tokens are coming to market, a lot of them are being staked, as of course, each token is your right to future revenues from the tracks. So that's the thesis on Crown, continues to grind on up, potential sell-off around March of next year, but still very bullish on this and the growth of online horse racing and gambling. And then we have COCO from Play the Heist game. This game has around 4,000 current active users or players. If we just zoom this out, you can see previously this had a huge run up when there was a lot of demand at the start of the season for COCO. And as you can see, it is a high emissions token, and so it has been selling off. But it's put in this nice real rounded bottom here, and has just performed a beautiful technical breakout and then tapped support here at around 250 and seems to be going on up a little bit here. So what is happening here with COCO and the game more broadly? Again, I've done videos on Play the Heist as well. I'm bullish on this, and I'm very interested to see how they garner more traction and more users. They've gone mobile. They're going to be trying to introduce people from Southeast Asia, I believe, to the game, and the land, which is the next major catalyst here over this week. So they did announce that the land grab is coming this week, where you can have your NFT land purchases. You buy them in COCO and Nana. But I want to highlight COCO here, as I think this is the one that's a bit more bullish right now. So the future of COCO, they put out a thread here, a rare intelligent breed of shitcoin. So $1.5 million worth of COCO was burned. This is on November the 16th. 40% of the total supply has now been burned in season 2. Big whoop, as they say, but there's been loads and loads of sinks for COCO. So the idea here is that this was the inflationary token. The NFTs have been minting this during the gameplay, placing your NFTs strategically in different locations and winning COCO. That's what it's been all about. But each of the sinks in the game takes the COCO and burns it all. Now, going into the land sale here, as you can see from this was around a week ago. There was 10 billion COCO left to be emitted into the game. That would be maybe a couple mils worth of tokens in total, but they said all other COCO will be burned. So there was some emissions, but everything is going to get burned with the land sale coming. They say for the remainder of season 2, you must make an existential decision as to what you want to do with your sweet COCO. Save it for the voyage into season 3, or secure your property through the land grab at the end of season 2. Season 3 begins in December. The season 2 end of season kind of finale here with land is coming this week, and we're on Tuesday, so I'm thinking either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And it says it's going to be paramount to secure power and set yourself up for the travels to a new world. No COCO will remain once the boats leave. So land is going to be a big part of season 3. The land is essentially going to be the resource producer, I believe, for the game. They're also having like clans where you can buddy up with others and then chip in together to own bigger pieces of land. And most of the land is going to be bought up in COCO as the primary currency, and then Nana, I believe, for some more premium spots. But I believe what we can see here from this, and what Lebo Logic was pointing out here, was that we had a previous end of season 1 into season 2. Nana was like the big driver of demand here, and it went really up only for a few weeks. And they're saying that potentially COCO is in the same kind of spot here, with this being the primary currency that is required for the land. People are going to want to own the land. You got 4,000 committed players to the game. And so if there isn't enough of this to go around, they're coming to the open market and buying this stuff up to get their hands on those land deeds. And so the thesis is pretty simple, that this token price should be going up with the land grab just about to take place. So again, not financial advice. I've positioned myself into this token. As you can see here, a nice retest from the breakout here, taps it, seems to be going, and we have a fundamental catalyst just ahead during this week. So I think it's a pretty decent trade setup. Of course, not financial advice. If you were to buy this token, I've already bought ahead of you, but these are some of the plays in the Solana ecosystem I'm very much interested in right about now. So drop us a comment down below. Are we breaking out here soon for BTC? Seems pretty bullish in my opinion. We have the ETF coming, halving coming. What a time to be alive. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next one. Peace.